Hey there, Chris Archer. How are you?
Good, Michelle Toy. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Let's talk about the election. I know we have some brand new election research in. It's top of mind. Newsrooms are just doing a great job covering it, but we want to give some specifics on what consumers are looking for.
Yep, feels like a gigantic national political story. And it is, of course, but it's also a major opportunity for local stations and local brands. And you can see that in this data that, look, local stations are going to be a critical resource for people and already are in many ways when it comes to the election overall. Of course, the local elections, the state elections, the initiatives and all that. But you can see, even on the national level, people want updates from local stations. One
Well,
note
yeah,
that, yeah, it's really
yeah,
important.
especially on the community impact. Sure, it's a big national election, but each community is affected in different ways.
Exactly. And if you can take a national element that's happening and make it more local with the impact piece, that's gold. That's a win. And also obviously keep people informed. Polling locations, that comes up big in this research. And then I would say too, our responsibility is going to be, of course, around any sort of breaking developments. We've got to be covering those to get people to and from the polls and just to get them the information they need.
Yeah, I mean, I think the polling thing, what you just mentioned, is huge for local consumers. I think there's so many changes on where's your polling place, how am I going to vote? These long lines we're seeing all across the country. If there's any way local stations can show people real-time tracking of what the lines are looking like, I've seen some really interesting ways that stations are doing that.
Yeah, I would love to see more of that, a dashboard of sorts. So when I plan my trip to the polls, although I voted by mail, I know you're going to be going to the polls. Then I think that would be just an incredible resource for us.
Even if they could set up live web cameras, then you can go online to the station site and see, okay, there's the line at my location looks like this. It's almost like traffic, right? You want to see what the real live camera situation looks like at these places.
No question about it. No question about it. Yeah. And I'd say also a big part of what we can do as local brands is we can work very closely by connecting with our national broadcast networks, if we have them, to make sure that we are positioning ourselves as that support for them when it comes down to election night, especially. Obviously, again, as you said, local impact critical in our coverage.
Sure. And then I'm curious about what you think about the research that shows the play of social media and how much people are turning to social media compared to local news and the election coverage.
It's like COVID deja vu, right? It's people go to sources like Facebook for election information. But just like around COVID and some of the other big stories that have happened over the summer and spring, it's the least trusted source. So where do we fit into this? I mean, what a beautiful opportunity, again, to be where most users are, but to be the most trusted source on that platform.
Absolutely. I would thought it was really interesting that our research showed that people are going to local TV stations as much as they're going to Facebook for coverage of this. And as news people, that a little bit makes me cringe. But what's so great about it is we know that that is a platform that many of our local news stations use. And we can stand out as the trusted source. When you're going through all the weeds of the stuff that's in your Facebook feed, it's like, there's my local news station. I know I can trust this one. And look, we know all the eyeballs are there, so we got to be there.
It's a mess out there on social media, on Facebook, and we are that clear, concise, trusted brand. Again, a wonderful opportunity here.
Agreed. And we know that the election could be going. It's in November. It's the first week of November, but this is a story that's could possibly be living on throughout the month.
Yeah. It's obviously the whole theme of 2020 is unknowns, right? Uncertainty. And so in the coverage also, we've got to carry through this sense of reassurance, guidance. We're going to let you know what's happening when we know it, and then what you can do about it and what you need to do about it. To me, that carries through as long as this is going to take.
Yeah, similar sentiment to COVID. Just walk people through the updates and let them know constantly what's changing and what's next.
Yes. And then maybe at some point, Michelle, I don't know, these newsrooms might get a break. Who knows, right? I mean, it's been a crazy year. So it's just exhausting in so many ways. Yeah, right. Let's hope.
Well, good luck to everybody with their election coverage, and we'll see what plays out.
Bye, Michelle. Good seeing you.